What's going on, guys? I have a really cool book to show you guys and talk about. This is the Pocket Ref from Maxpedition. See their logo right there. What an awesome book. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I haven't been this excited about a book in I don't know how long. I love hobby books and stuff, so sometimes I'll see something like Barnes & Noble or Borders and I'm like, oh man, I gotta get that, you know, and it's always pertaining to my hobbies. It's never like, I'll read storybooks, sometimes some fiction, sometimes some nonfiction, but I don't buy them. It's only because someone gives it to me. Hey, try this. It was really good. Read that. But anyway, I literally have not been this. I can't remember the last time I was this excited about a book. This is the second attempt at making this video because the first time I made this video, I already did this video. It's done. But I'm gonna make a short version right now because most of you, trust me, you don't want to listen to it. It was about 47.5 minutes. And I just went on and on and on about this book. I want you to get it and look at it for yourself. I don't have to tell you every single thing that's in it. I will tell you the subjects though. And I will tell you that immediately when I picked up this book and looked at it for the first time and started flipping through it, and I'm reading it like a book. I'm starting on page 1 and just looking through, okay, that's cool, that's interesting. Nope, won't use that information. Wow, I never knew that. You know, I'm learning so much stuff in here. But I thought of 2 people on YouTube right away who have to get this book. And this is a shout out to both of them. I give them both shout outs because they're both awesome guys and they both have great channels and deserve way more subscribers than they have anyway. The first person is Artisan Tony. Artisan Tony, what an awesome guy. If you're watching this video, you have to get this book, man. There's so much carpentry stuff in here that I know would be very useful to you. I'm sure you know a lot about the trade doing it, but I mean, it's a great reference. It's its purpose. It's a little pocket reference book. But I immediately thought of you because I know you do a lot of stuff in carpentry, and there's information here. You know, I'm sure you're really good at what you do, but trust me, I'm sure you can also learn a thing or two from this book. Anyone can learn something from this book. It's just really fascinating. The other person I thought of was Cody. He runs Wrangler Star, that channel. I've given him shouts before. Really awesome family guy. He does a lot of homesteading, off the grid type stuff. You know, he's living a prepping lifestyle. A lot of you guys out there watch these videos and you want to do prepping and stuff. That's a channel to watch because he's doing things on his own, you know, and he's learning. And just like Artisan Tony, they're both awesome men, very good personalities, and they're both willing to learn. Even though they both know an incredible amount in their trade and what they do, there's a willingness to learn constantly. This book offers so much to both of those specific gentlemen. But if you're anything like those people, or if you're a person with the prepping mindset, this is something you have to have in your bag. Now, my original intent was to get this book. I did not expect much. I wanted to throw it in my bob, so I have it in my car, for one of those random moments where I need to figure something out. And you know what? I don't want to go on the internet, or my phone, or my iPad, or whatever other kind of technology doesn't have a signal. It's good to have things on paper. If the world does end, let's say, or let's say it doesn't end, but let's say there's no electricity for a while, that's a realistic, tough situation to even think about, and how many people's lives would be affected by, you know, loss of electric. You know, the days of going on Google real quick and typing in a question and getting a quick answer, what happens when that isn't there for you? You know, having information and referencing things in a book is what we're going to have to revert to, if that ever happens, of course. Some people think it will, some people think it won't. But it's not beyond, you know, logical to prepare for something like that. And it's going to be very hard to get a collection of books. I would say the information that's in here, if you were to get, like, let's say there's a section on plumbing, you get a book on plumbing, you get a book on carpentry, you get a book on tools, you get a book on health, whatever, it would probably be 300 pounds worth of books that would give you the same information that this little tiny book gives you. It's just chock full of some random stuff too that I never even would have thought of. I mean, you know what? I don't want to ruin it. You guys get the book for yourself if you want to see more. I will tell you the subjects and I will show you a couple things in here. The book's $10. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much. It's worth every bit of that. I think they can probably charge $20 or $30 for this book and people would still get it. It just has so much to offer specifically for prepping, but you know, everyday stuff. You know, especially if you're in the trades, if you are an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, I mean, all those different trade jobs, this is something you can use daily at work. I mean, it goes all the way down to different types of screw heads, you know, and it's amazing. If you're into survival stuff, there's a whole section in here on first aid. There's a whole section on knots. I mean, some really good, you know, photos of different types of knots you can do. It's extremely versatile. But anyway, I'm going to read you a list of these subjects. How this is set up here is you see all these little black notches. These are all different subjects for quick reference. All right, so if I go to, let's see, I'm looking at this notch right here. They're, blot of color. So if I flip through to that one, the first page will give me what the subject is, and it says general information. Now, this alone, this whole section here, is just random stuff. This isn't even part of the list of subjects I'm going to give you. The list of subjects I'm going to give you represent all these different colored spots, or blackened spots anyway. But just this one section has information on the holidays, season and clock dates, signs of the zodiac, flowers for each month, birthstones, anniversary names, proofreading marks, plastic recycling symbols, paper sizes, English, Greek alphabet, phonetic alphabet, Morse code, semaphore alphabet, Braille alphabet, 10 radio codes, military rank and grade. They show you, all the different military symbols that represent different ranks. Things I don't know offhand. Chili pepper hotness scale, very cool. Little dated. They show that ghost chili as being the hottest. They don't have, the information on the new ones. But it is what it is. Bed sizes, clothing sizes, USA versus European, social security numbers by location. Let's see, blah, 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 time zones, climate data, telephone area codes, airport, blah, blah, blah. I can't even read them all. There's too many. Here, let me scan. Focus, camera. All right, there we go. That's just this one section. It's ridiculous. All right, subjects on this. First subject is air and gases, like air densities and formulas to figure out crap like that. That's the other thing too. When you start flipping through here, you realize, what, maybe I'm a little dumb. You probably aren't dumb. It's just you couldn't possibly retain all this information in a lifetime. But there's a lot of interesting things that, some of this stuff is for, I would say, the smarter part of society. But anyway, there's a section on automotive stuff, very realistic automotive things too, like there's a couple pages on different gas mileage, information, just a chart for a quick reference. Okay, I want to figure out how much gas I'm going to burn. I'm going 65 miles an hour for 3.5 hours, that kind of stuff. Quick little things so you don't have to do the math. In the automotive section that I thought was helpful is there's a little bit on different car manufacturers and like what color wiring they use for certain things. Like I learned that Chrysler uses a black wire for their grounds. I didn't know that, I drive Chrysler. Maybe it's something I should know in case I need to fix it myself, Really interesting random information too. There's a section on carpentry and construction. There's a section on chemistry and physics. There's a section on computers, physical, chemical, and math constants, electrical stuff, electronics, first aid. I learned about frostbite in here. Something I didn't know about frostbite is that it's much better to, slowly warm up the area as opposed to, doing something in the field. If you get frostbite, like you're out in the woods, whatever, it's better to wait for help than to warm it quickly in the field, okay? Because the quick temperature differences will kill the cells and, might need amputation and stuff like that. Just something I didn't know. Maybe it's common sense, but it's just something I didn't think of until I read it here. The general information section, which I showed you guys, plethora of different subjects just within that one section. General science, geology, glue, solvents, paints, finishes, hardware, math, mining, milling, and aggregate stuff. There's a section on money and finances, plumbing and pipe work, rope, cable, and chain. In that section, they show you a bunch of different knots to do. If I flip through, you can visually catch those once I get to it. Somewhere, there we go. You see all the different knots. Very good, quick visual on how to do these different knots. Really, really awesome. There's a section on steel and metals. There's a section on surveying and mapping. Tools section on water, different water pressures and pipes and blah, blah, blah. Section on weather, welding, weights and properties of materials. There's a bunch of conversion tables in the back, okay? If you want to know different things, currency exchange rates, measurement differences, how many pints are in a liter, all that kind of stuff that you might need to know. It's all in here. And in the very end, they show you a couple calendars from different years so you can kind of, see how the months are going. What an amazing guide. I was completely blown away. Like I said, I was not expecting much in here, and just from looking at it for the last couple hours, I've learned a bunch of things that are brand new to me. This is a book, this is a must-have book for anyone who considers himself a real prepper. But above and beyond that, if you are someone who carries a go bag, like I do, every single day, I mean, it's in my car, it's not on my person every day, but I always have it with me. It's got some different tools and some random things in there, some food and water and batteries and cables for charging things and all kinds of stuff. I got, a spare gun in there. I keep, excuse me, a little burp, keep a burp in there. No, I keep some ammo in there, pens, pencils, pens, pencils, and writing utensils. Oh my. Can't even speak. I'm so excited about this book. I mean it though. This is worth getting. I think anyone who watches my videos, there'd be an interest in this. And there's a bunch of different reasons why you would get this. You would get this for educational purposes, just to flip through and learn a couple of things. You get this because you're a prepper, because you really want to have, be prepared. This is, there's no internet. You need something like this if there's no internet, In modern day times, obviously, you can pop online and you have a question, boom, 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 you got an answer in less than a minute. Got less than 20 seconds if you're good. But what happens if there's no more computers? This is what I want with me. I like this so much, I'm going to see if I can get the full-size version as well. But this is something that's going to be in my Bob bag, and this is something I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys check out. It's $10 on Maxpedition's site. You can go other places to get this online, but I was already getting some gear from them, so I figured why not get it from them to check it out. And like I said, pleasantly surprised. Has so much to offer. So it's really, really cool. I'm definitely gonna keep my eye out for updated ones too, because I think this is, let's see, it's the 3rd edition. A couple things in here, very few of them, but a couple things will be dated as time goes on. Some information changes slightly, but I would confidently say 99% of what's in here is gonna stay like that forever, the information. But it's good for a common person. It's good for practical use, not just for a what-if situation. You can use this stuff in a functional society, which we live in now. It's just interesting. So if you're into books, you're into learning, and you're into prepping, this is something you have to have. So that's it. That's my review of the Pocket Ref. I'm extremely excited to have this one. I'm going to get another one and give it to Christina so she has it in her bag at all times too, which is really cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day.